What's up, guys? Luke here from Luke's Points and Miles. On this channel we talk about credit cards, travel, personal finance, and real estate investing. If those are things that you're interested in, please consider hitting the subscribe button, and if you find any value at all out of this video, please hit the like button and share it with your friends. So guys, today's video is going to be about the CitiBank's American Airlines Credit Cards. We're going to talk about 3 of them. Now, American Airlines is the flight carrier that I use most frequently, and I do have 2 of these cards, and we're going to talk about why the 3rd one almost no one should get. So let's go ahead and get started. The first card we're going to talk about is the Citi A Advantage Platinum Select World Elite MasterCard. Now that is a mouthful. Try to say that 3 times quickly. Now this card is a MasterCard, like it says in the title, so widely accepted. It is not a metal card. Some of them kind of look metalish, but they're not, if that's important to you. Let's go ahead and get into the nuts and bolts of this card, and then we'll kind of sum up all 3 of them and see which one is best for you if you fly American Airlines. This card currently will earn you 50,000 miles for only $2,500 spent in the first 3 months. So bonus, pretty good. Personally, I would value American Airline Miles at about 1.8 cents per point. It's a little bit higher than a lot of people's valuations, and that's just based on my personal experience. I have redeemed American Airline Miles for in excess to 2 cents per point a couple different times, and I think they run enough specials to where you can really get a lot of good value from their miles. So 50,000 miles, $2,500 spent in 3 months. Fairly easy to do, especially with a MasterCard. The card does come with a $99 annual fee, but it's waived the first year. I think that's kind of important when you're talking about value for these cards. The first year it won't cost you anything. You'll acquire at least 50,000 American Airline miles, and you won't pay an annual fee the first year. So what's this card earn? It earns 2 miles per dollar for American Airlines purchases. Not great. It does get 2 miles per dollar for restaurants and gas. My valuation at 1.8 cents per point, that could be your gas card, depending on what else you have. Restaurants and gas, 2 points. Everything else, just 1 point. So this is not going to be a huge earner as far as spending categories. The card does come with a $125 American Airline flight discount after you spend $20,000 in a calendar year with the card. I don't recommend spending that much with this card. There are much better cards to put that much spend on. But on a good note, the card has no foreign transaction fees, so if you're planning to go outside the country, you can take this one with you. The 2 perks that I do think are worth mentioning and definitely make the card valuable, or at least worth that $99 annual fee, is your first check bag is free for you and up to 4 people in your boarding party. Depending on how often you check bags, that could easily make up for the $99 annual fee in the 2nd year. Last perk or benefit is preferred boarding, not priority, preferred boarding. And you will board in group 5, which is kind of in the middle, but before the bulk of the passengers get on. And that is also with up to 4 of your boarding party. So group 5, you can get on there a little before everyone else, get your bags stowed away and get comfortable. Overall, I don't think it's a bad card. If you fly American Airlines, I definitely think it's worth getting into. Let's take a look at the 2nd card. So the 2nd card we're going to look at is essentially the business card version of the first one. It does have another fairly long name. The Citi Business A Advantage Platinum Select MasterCard. And it is a business card. We will be putting out videos that will kind of give you some more details on how you can get business cards. So don't be scared away because it's a business card. Business cards are actually a pretty great secret as far as credit cards. And you'll see how much, in my opinion, this one is better than the personal card. The bonus is better in my opinion. 65,000 miles, but it is $4,000 spent in 4 months. So 65,000 American Airline miles for spending $4,000 in the first 4 months. I think it's a pretty good bonus. The card earns 2 miles for American Airline flights and purchases. Very similar to the personal card. The difference is this one has a couple more multipliers and a couple better earning categories than the personal card. 2 miles per dollar spent with cable and satellite. And actually, if you still have satellite TV, please leave a comment below, because there's probably not very many of you guys left. Satellite TV. Okay, 2 miles per dollar for cable, satellite. 2 miles per dollar for car rentals and gas. If you don't have a car rental card, you don't have a gas card, per my evaluation, this could be a decent earner for you. It does come with the first check bag for free for you and up to 4 members of your party. So however you would value that, if you check bags, that's definitely got some value to it. This card gives you 25% off the Wi-Fi on American Airlines flights. This card will also earn you a domestic flight certificate for $99 after you spend $30,000 on the card. I don't recommend spending $30,000 on this card. I think there are better cards to spend that much money on. If you are using it exclusively for your business, you may hit 30K. This card also has the preferred boarding Group 5 for you and up to 4 of your party members. The card also has no foreign transaction fees. So very similar to the personal version of this card. A little bit better sign-up bonus in my opinion, and a couple more multipliers for your earning rates. This card also has a $99 annual fee that is waived in the first year. So it's very similar to the personal card. Again, $99 and it's waived the first year. So let's check out this third card from American Airlines and Citi. So guys, before we get into this, I am a fan of CitiBank and their credit cards. I think they do a pretty good job. I am a fan of American Airlines. I think they provide good value. This third card is an attempt at a high-end American Airlines Citi card, and I'll leave it up to you to decide. We'll just go over the facts here. This is the Citi A Advantage Executive World Elite MasterCard. This is the executive card, the big league, the big deal. And this card will earn you 50,000 miles for spending $5,000 in 3 months. So 50,000 miles, but it is $5,000 spent in 3 months. Now here is the great perk, which I do agree, this is a good one. You have access to the Admirals Club Lounge. Now one thing I will say about the Admirals Club is there are a lot of them. A lot of the airports I visit have them. I've never actually been in one, but I do think having access to that lounge, especially in your home airport, is definitely valuable for someone. Well, this card gives you some type of airport VIP experience, which I'm having a lot of trouble understanding, but it says you have priority check-in and priority airport screening. And I don't really understand what that means, but it does come with a global entry and TSA pre-check $100 credit every 5 years. Good perk. A lot of other cards do come with that, so I'm not sure if it's such a big deal. You do get priority boarding in Group 4 this time, so it's a little bit better than Group 5. And to kind of spice it up, it's for you plus 8 in your party. So if you're traveling with 8 other people, they can board in priority Group 4. Now let's talk about the earnings on this card, the miles earnings. This card earns 2 miles per dollar spent on American Airlines purchases and 1 mile, I should say, on everything else. I can understand holding it if you really value that lounge access, but I have no idea why anybody would ever use this card. But for the people that do use it, if they spend over $40,000 in a year, they will be awarded 10,000 EQMs, and that would go towards their American Airlines status. So if someone's spending $40,000 with these points redemptions or these miles redemptions, we probably need to get them in here and get a class. Now here is the best part of the card. This card comes with a very modest $450 a year annual fee, and it's not waived in the first year. So you're going to earn 50,000 miles for spending $5K, and the card comes with a $450 annual fee. I'm going to go ahead and say it, this card is not worth it for 99% of the people. But this card allows you the ability to add up to 10 authorized users. Now, if you knew a number of people you could trust to be an authorized user on your card, basically for that Admirals Club Lounge access, what would that user card be worth to them? Let's say I had 8 or 10 brothers and sisters that I could trust carrying a card that they wouldn't use it or they wouldn't put a bunch of debt on my card, and I wanted to give them lounge access, would they help me pay this $450 fee? Maybe. I don't have 10 people that I trust with my credit cards, so that wouldn't apply to me. But I have heard of people granting authorized user cards for people to help them with the annual fee. I don't recommend that. I almost didn't even mention it because I don't think that's how this card is supposed to work, and I don't think that's the best way to keep a relationship with this bank. But there you have it, the 3 cards from Citi. Which card should you get? Well, I can tell you another strategy. But first, I would tell you hands down, the business version of the MasterCard is the best card. It has the best redemption multipliers. It has the best categories. The gas and the cable and satellite can kind of add up for you. And essentially, that's the only difference between the personal card and the business. The business is just a little bit better. But I will tell you a decent strategy for some people. And it's actually my strategy for this year. I actually acquired both the personal and the business MasterCards. Both of their annual fees are waived in the first year. Now, year 2, what am I going to do? I think I'm going to keep the business card. I'm going to go ahead and pay the annual fee the second year and keep it for the check bag and the priority boarding. And I do use the card. I use it for gas sometimes, and I use it for, I have used it for my cable bill in the past. But the personal card, this is what I plan on doing with it. Citi has a program where you can product change your credit cards across different families of credit cards. What I mean by that is I can take that personal MasterCard and I can product change it to a no annual fee Citi Double Cash Back card. So that's what I plan on doing when the annual fee hits, just to keep that line of credit at age and keep a relationship with CitiBank. So guys, there you have it. 3 American Airlines cards from CitiBank. And I have a pretty strong opinion on those 3 cards, and especially on one of them. So I appreciate you watching the video all the way to the end. If you found any value in this video at all, please like. If you're interested in the stuff we talk about, please subscribe. And if you would, please share this video with your friends. Thanks, guys.